My name is Melisand, short Colomb. I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. I came into the world and my maternal grandmother swooped me up and I became her child and spent most of my young life um, in my grandmother's top pocket. And we had a wonderful relationship that lasted until she died in 1994 at the age of 97. So I grew up in listening to stories of my grandmother's life in the country in Raceland and growing up with her family and all of these people that she knew who were her great-grandmother and her great-aunts, and that these family members had come to Louisiana from Maryland. And I would hear these stories about our family in Maryland being very, very famous. We were manumitted by a wealthy Irish Catholic family, that we had been in court and involved in freedom suits, and Francis Scott Key was the attorney for the family. The call from the Georgetown Memory Project, or the message from the Georgetown Memory Project, changed my life in a way that it put my family into one of the largest family stories in America. We were part of all of that. We were here in 1812, the War of 1812. We were here during the Revolutionary War. Our families were suing the Jesuits in the late 1700s. There was a court case that went to the Supreme Court in 1813, and these are our American stories. My hopes for the descendant community and our engagement and interaction with the collection of this data is that it will open up portals for and doorways and windows to many other families and people to use this data. And as Americans, we've always been told, as Black Americans and the descendants of enslaved Americans, we've always been told, you'll never know who you are. You'll never know who your people were. You'll never know who your family were. You'll never know where you came from. Finding descendants wasn't hard. The hardest part was for somebody to begin to look. And in the looking, we are thousands of people who are the hopes and the dreams of our ancestors realized. And we have all worked hard. There's been no easy time here. And there's probably been no easy time for anybody. But the people who worked without compensation, under terrible conditions, to build the foundation for America to grow on, were enslaved people, and their labor made America. And it gives me a purpose to interact with people and talk about new things and create ideas of how we demythologize our history and include the involuntary founders of Georgetown University in the history of Georgetown University, so that 180 years in the future, not just for Georgetown University, but for us as an American society, we will be better because we have stopped grappling with our past and we actually reckoned with it. And we did the hard work of reconciliation, reconstruction, and repair. for all of us, for all Americans. We're all here together, and nobody's going anywhere.